It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Panthers and the Dolphins on EA Sports.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers. And I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the 2015 NFL Most Valuable Player in his 11th season in the league, 32-year-old Cam Newton.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A check on the numbers last week for Hubbard. 16 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, you know, 10 is really the goal. And this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense to try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
That's right. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins ready to go to work on offense, led by their second-year quarterback out of Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Hubbard, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down. So a glance here at the key inactives. There's other reasons, but this list, one of the reasons they've been struggling some this year.
And one that they won't make excuses with, but everyone knows that this is the key reason. Without these players, it's made it very difficult for them this season. They've battled, they've scrapped, but without those guys, hard to win games.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. They fake the give. Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Panthers are off to a 13-0 first-quarter lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense back out onto the field. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. 1 play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On second down now, it's Johnson. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 23. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a first and 10 at the 11. They'll run now with Gaskin. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Buying time to his left. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. Tua going to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. Here we go with Johnson. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Duke Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. So they took a chance there on 4th down, and boy, does it pay off. It pays off with 6 points.
Yeah, I have to imagine that they were thinking maybe we can at least get a first down if we don't score. But he decided he didn't want a new set of downs. He just wanted a touchdown.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. And his 2 touchdowns, a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. Changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score, garbage time, but these count. This is a big deal, and he's making those types of plays, and I think they'll keep finding ways to get it to him.
I was just going to say probably going to go back to him. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Open man is Robbie Anderson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop it for an 8-yard loss.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Now Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic.
Tua now on 1st down. And he fires one incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He finds his man complete. That's 4th. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Following the fumble recovery, Newton. And that'll be incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Newton to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Newton now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On the handoff, it's Hubbard. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Hubbard again. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
On 2nd and 7, Tua forced out to his left. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
Here's Tua. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. On play action, here's Tua. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
On 3rd down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And nowadays, to get to the 1st down marker, he blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They fake the handoff. Now Tua.
Got him, man. It's the rookie Jalen Waddle.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Tua sets up to pass it. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now Tua. He finds his man, complete. That's Ford. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
The Panthers and Cam Newton getting set to go again here on offense. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Cam's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Newton. He gets it to Thomas. Breaks the tackle, now with Alley. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st and 10, Newton. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. To the air again, Newton. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. To throw again on 2nd down, Newton. And Thomas has it. Only able to gain a couple there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Take it in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So we come upon halftime. Intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll begin out in Houston, and it's the Texans who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. From there, we'll head up to Indy to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tom Brady at it again. 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And at the half, they have the lead over the visiting Titans. Mac Jones with 2 first-half touchdown passes. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. Both teams likely making their final adjustments before the second half. So, time for us to go back downstate to Miami and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Tua, he's going to let one go deep for Parker, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Now Tua going to try and sneak it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Johnson, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Play action, now it's Tua. Rolling to his left. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. time left to go out and get that victory.
Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. And they'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now Newton. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. That is caught. It's Anderson. Touchdown, Panthers. Robbie Anderson. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Gonzalez to... the PAT. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead now up to 14. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Taking it about the 1. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
On the handoff, it's Gaskin, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Steps away to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 35 on 2nd down, Newton. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it. These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On first down, Newton. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Newton throwing again. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Newton now to throw. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Tua now on first down, being chased out left. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
7 yards, the pickup there.
From the 45 on second down. Tua got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Tua now on first down. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Tua. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
The Dolphins on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Tua to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Tua.
Buying time to his left.
Tua hit, and the ball is out.
And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Carolina getting set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Hubbard. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
They'll run with Hubbard.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. Here's Chris Jones now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, You just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Panthers, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Miami, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they will be at home next week to take on